decisions in my life, people telling me what's right, but I'll make my own way. I wish that they could see half as clearly as I do, but I never see it all, 'cause every step that I take, I wipe my footprints away. I make my choice and I pave my way, and it makes me who I am. After all they say, my reflection still remains. You can push me around or put me in my place, but I'll never stay there. Understanding my life, why I am, may take some time. 'Cause every step that I take, I wipe my footprints away. I made my choice and I paved my way, and it makes me who I am. After all they say, my reflection still remains. You made your choice, you played your game. Now you're on again. After all you say, my reflection still remains. They let you in from your disguise. Once you're in, you never give in until you see the light drawn from their I made my choice and I paved my way, and it makes me who I am. After all they say, my reflection still remains. You made your choice, you played your game. Now you're on again. After all you say, my reflection still remains.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another live stream Tuesday. I hope you've had a good start to your week and that your weekend went really well as well. So, as we've started to do on the live streams, we have a bit of a report before we start to see which gremlins have arrived, and so far they're running a little bit late because everything seems to be working, and this time I have sound so I could actually hear Art Not Commerce, my song that was requested for the beginning of tonight's live stream. I could hear it, so I knew when it ended to then press the button to start the camera, and it means that hopefully later on, which I've just remembered that I've forgotten to do the poll for tonight's cover video. And this is always the case that, oh, hang on, I was just about to randomly write a comment, so it just would have said Parisian walkways, and oh no, it's still haven't found what I'm looking for. Okay, right, so you're gonna have to amuse yourselves for about 15 minutes while I try and type these out. So Parisian walkways, and I'm not even going to check this. I am going to check the spelling. Okay, I did that one correctly. And this, I'm just going to write still haven't found, and then I know I run out of characters usually, ... There we go. Start poll. Oh, and there wasn't even, I didn't even write the question. So you regular viewers will know what I'm doing here. There's a vote for tonight's cover video, and you can click on either of those. And yeah, all I so people won't know what the poll is about if they're joining this live stream for the first time, but it's for tonight's cover video, so you guys, the regular viewers, can let everybody else know if they start asking questions why there are 2 song titles at the top of the live chat room. But anyway, let's get into the live stream. I know exactly what happened as to why I forgot to do that. It's because I was adding names to the list of patrons, which I'll get up on screen now, because they are the foundation of everything that I do, and their names go across the live streams on a Tuesday and a Saturday. So thank you guys, you know who you are. They make everything possible on the channel, and I was typing out a few names while the live stream was starting, so that's what took my eye off the cover video. But we will be having a cover video for tonight, so never fear. And is Parisian Walkways in the lead with 52% of the vote, and that was a bit of a rollover, I think, from the last live stream that was all to do with the Paris Olympics and all that kind of stuff. Not that my live stream was, but I think the requests for Paris Nord and Parisian Walkways were all to do with that Parisian theme. But anyway, let's push forward with tonight's live stream. The other thing to mention is that it is super hot here in the UK at the moment, and it's getting close to 30 degrees. I think it might be more than 30 degrees. So whenever it's up around that kind of temperature, generally I think in this room, because of insulation and everything, it's usually about 4 to 5 degrees hotter than it is outside. It just gets amplified because our houses are meant to keep in the heat. And I know that probably people in the USA can relate to this. I was in my room and I thought, oh, it's getting a bit stuffy in here, it's a bit hot, so I'm going to open a window to let in some cool air. And I went over to the window, and guess what? The window was wide open. That temperature was what it was outside, so that wasn't particularly good. But as soon as that kind of thing happens, I just get the air conditioner going and just stand in front of the air conditioning unit. And I have the air conditioner going at the moment, so I've literally got it blowing at me, but very lightly. And this is the other thing that I was wondering whether on the microphone you could hear any of the air hitting it, but I think it's just about off to the side enough that it shouldn't be too affected. So yeah, really warm, and I can never remember the conversions for Celsius to Fahrenheit, and I don't want to risk typing anything in while I'm live streaming, because if it loads it might just ruin everything, because we've started with everything working so far. Fingers crossed. Maybe you guys in the live chat room can let me know what, I'm sure you've told me before, what 30 degrees Celsius is. In Fahrenheit it's got to be 90 something maybe, I think. We will see. Oh, 30 is 86, so getting close to 90, so that is very hot here. So what about 34 or 35, because that's the indoor temperature, so maybe that's more of a 90 type thing. But yeah, so when it's 30 outside it'll be 34, 35 inside, hence the air conditioning. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on that, but I'm going to predict it's got to be 90s up to that temperature. Right, so let's stop dilly-dallying and get the live likes goal up on screen. And when I say live likes goal, the likes goal for a live stream, because we do set a target, and I don't really set targets for the analysis videos because people can just like them if they like them, and every single thumbs up does help with the analysis videos, but certainly on the live streams we're looking for every single thumbs up we can get, because if we hit that target we are going to be having a Phil Jam at the end of tonight's live stream, and that's going to be Phil Jam number 159. So yeah, if you could hit that thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be great. And let's get the likeometer up on screen. We are currently at 263, which means we're looking for 200 and now 205 more people to hit that thumbs up. Maybe we can get a bit of a spike of the likes going on early during tonight's live stream, but it's definitely a good start. Right. The only thing that we have on screen left to appear is the donations tab, because you don't have to donate, just watching is great. Maybe hitting the thumbs up and introducing yourself in the live chat room, that would be great as well. But for those people that can't resist donating, I think it's important that you know between 45 and 60% goes to YouTube through the super chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal through the PayPal link in the description below. So if you want to do things that way or through YouTube, it's up to you, but obviously those percentage splits are quite dramatically different. YouTube does take a lot from the super chat donations, and this is why be careful if you are going to donate, if you can't resist, because if you accidentally type in a number on YouTube and you press send, they very unapologetically say that as soon as you send any donation, that's it, it's gone. It's not gone, they take it. So if you accidentally wanted to donate $10 and you donated $100 or $1,000, then as soon as you send it, YouTube are going to take between 45 and 60% of that, and then I've got to wait until the 24th of the next month to get whatever it was to then refund. So yeah, be careful if you are doing it in the super chat window. And over on PayPal, it is a lot simpler. I mean, they take a lot lower percentage, but also if there's a mistake, I can literally refund it with the click of a button. So it works better from that perspective as well. Anyway, I can see that there have been some donations, so thank you guys for those. And there have been a few over on PayPal, so I will jump over to those. And another thing to mention about tonight's live stream is that there is going to be a troll corner. And I mean, the troll corner could go on for the whole live stream, because the last video that I made was on the Whitney Houston US anthem, where I was quoting people saying and backing up the fact that it was lip synced, and I showed that in the video just to show that yes, she was trying to gauge the timing but couldn't quite get it right, or she did actually for most of the performance. It was a really accurate performance in order to get the lip syncing, or miming as we call it here in the UK, to get that really accurate. So yeah, in a particular section she did miss a few of the words, just going a little bit too early for the backing track. But I mean, that's had a lot of views, I think around 90,000, something like that, and it was just a couple of nights ago. But of course, because of the amount of people watching it, you get lots of people who are viewing it very subjectively, from the point of view of thinking that I don't know, I'm trying to take down Whitney Houston or something, but they don't understand. They haven't watched my channel and they're just watching that video, not realizing that I do objective analysis videos. So I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on, regardless of what is going on. When it's objective, I'm just stating the facts. And the comments that I got from some people, we will get into them later, but they're interesting because in that video I'm quoting members of Whitney's team and the sound crew, the sound engineers on the day, who are saying that it was lip synced and the reasons that they did it, and I'm quoting them, but the people commenting are almost saying like I'm making it up. So I don't think they actually watched the video. I'm not making this up. I'm stating what happened that has been backed up by those people who were there on the day, and I don't know. This is the other thing that a lot of people said, oh, why are you doing this? And it doesn't matter anyway because everyone knew, so it's a total waste of time telling everybody. But the reason that I was asked to look at the video is because somebody didn't know and they wanted me to confirm whether it was lip synced or not. So that's just what I do. Same thing with pitch correction, auto tune, miming live, backing tracks, all that kind of stuff. People just ask me to say what's going on. So it's never a personal attack on anybody. We just look at whatever we're looking at, and I am going to tell you what's going on. That's what I do. So I'm not going to, to hide away. I mean, it'll be a bit of a silly video, an analysis video where I don't analyze anything and I don't actually tell you what's happening. So yeah, but we'll get into those, but that'll probably be about 40 minutes going through all those, but I'll try and make it quick so that we do actually get other things in tonight's live stream. We're going into picture corner as well, just for a picture or two. Oh, and that's another thing that somebody has been going through the comment section, copying and pasting their comment, because I answered it probably about 12 hours ago, something like that, and it's obviously a Whitney fan, because they're taking it very personally that I'm just saying what's going on. So they've copied and pasted their comment throughout the comments section, but replying to people as well, because Laura has sent me a message of showing this reply that was replying to her, but I'd already answered this comment hours ago. The other thing that this person has done is they wrote a comment which I replied to, and now they've edited their comment to say different things, having read my reply. So yeah, I'm answering to their comment, and obviously they're changing it, but I did say that I stand by my reply that I gave the first time, and I just explained it all to them, but we'll get into that a little bit later on. So let me just quickly get into the donations over in the super chat window, because Paul donated $5. Thank you for that, Paul. And the message is awesome. 395,000 subscribers. Everyone have fun tonight and spike those likes. All y'all rock. So thank you for that, Paul. And by the way, later on, because I can see that Karen's going through saying methinks it's a troll, this person went over to Instagram and copied and pasted the same thing on my Instagram account. So yeah, very much a definition of a troll, but everything that they were saying was, I don't know, just totally irrelevant to my analysis video. Somebody who's got a bee in their bonnet for no reason. But anyway, thank you, Paul, for that. And yes, just when I was reading that, it reminds me that it's not 394,000 subscribers, and this is the problem with it going up so quickly. It is now 395,000 subscribers. So let me change that and save it. So thank you guys for subscribing, hitting that notification bell, which you will of course need to do if you want to get notified for the videos and the live streams. But just thanks for tuning in, and making that a crazy number, 395,000. We will keep on pushing forward, see where we end up, and we will see. It's great to have you guys tuning in with the live streams as well, so that I get to interact with you guys in a live setting rather than reading the comments in the and I can see Vicky's just popped in there. Thank you for that, Vicky. I will get through these super chat donations. I can see that there have been quite a few, but in the comment sections of the normal videos, I do go through there and I do read them, hence why I pick out some of the troll comments. But it's great to catch up with you guys with the live streams on a Tuesday and Saturday. Oh, and talking about catching up, I got a text yesterday from Buck Dharma, and Buck's a friend of the channel. He's been on the channel a couple of times, or a few times. I can't remember how many times, but I mean, it must be 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, something like that. Buck invited me down to a show for Blue Oyster Cult, of course, and they were playing in London. He invited me down, which was great, and we've kept in contact ever since. So it is great that he got in touch yesterday, and he's still getting out there touring. And this is the thing about Buck and the guys, they're just constantly touring, constantly playing, and they've got more dates in 2024, and they might be doing things in 2025 as well, Buck was saying yesterday. So I let him know about my side project that I'm kind of working on. But this is the other thing that Blue Oyster Cult, when they play live and when Buck plays live, he is genuinely live and playing his guitar and singing, and not using auto-tune, not using vocals on backing tracks, all that kind of stuff. So it's just a genuine live performance. If you go and watch Buck and Blue Oyster Cult performing live, So yeah, great band to go and see, because what you see is literally what you get. Another thing to mention, so many things to mention tonight, but tomorrow night I'm going to do the analysis video that I've received loads of requests for, and this is looking at Celine Dion at the opening ceremony of the Olympics. So that's going to be coming up tomorrow night. And I mean, I've received so many messages about that. I've also seen people linking me to articles that have said that the vocal that Celine Dion provided was fully live, and I can't remember whether it might have been a French radio station or one of their newspapers that said that Celine was singing live, and they said that Lady Gaga was miming and wasn't doing it. So we're going to be taking a look at Celine's performance in detail tomorrow night, so we can just see exactly what was going on. But when I responded to somebody's comment who linked me to this piece saying that Celine Dion was singing live, I think, and I did reply this, I think that was a misprint, or they've used the wrong wording, because you'll see for loads of performances, lots of media outlets and reporters will use the term performed live. Now, performing live isn't the same. Well, back in the day, performing live meant that you were doing it, you were singing, you were playing. But now, performing live means that the person is there, that they are alive on stage. So they're not necessarily playing or singing, they are performing, as you would have an animal that performs, and a seal or whatever, that's performing. So when news outlets are saying that they performed live, people misinterpret that as singing live. So then they think, oh, I knew they were singing live because look, here it says they performed live. So it's just a bit of a distinction to make between those two things, because that's the only thing I've seen where they've explicitly said singing. Everything else has said performing live. So that's one of the things to look out for whenever or if you're reading about a performance, they would say it was a great live performance. Then, there's no way of knowing that that's definitely a live performance, a live singing performance. This is it. I mean, I call a live performance, what it used to be. So even for me, it's strange. I have to keep on thinking to say a live singing performance or singing live and playing live. This is another thing, that playing the instruments, to say playing live, it means that you've got to be playing the instrument, but performing live, it could be a full backing track, and the performing is just the movements that they're doing while the track's playing and while they're pretending to do whatever they're doing. So there you go, look out for that video tomorrow night, 8 p.m. and as you guys know, it is going to be objective. We are going to isolate vocals, run it through pitch monitoring software, and I'm going to say exactly what is going on, what I can see, given all of the analysis videos that we've done. And knowing Celine's voice really well, which we do because of the previous analysis videos where we've looked at Celine Dion's voice in detail. So, that'll be an interesting one for tomorrow night. So let's get back into that donation window, and it is Sue who donated $19.99, so thank you for that, Sue. And the message is, heading into a meeting but made sure to hit the like button and wanted to wish you all a great live stream. So thank you for that, Sue. And Silver Apples of the Moon has donated $10, so thank you for that, and that is their first donation. Thank you for that. And the message is there gas in the car? Yes, there's gas in the car, but technically not in my car because I have an electric car, electric vehicle, and it's not even a hybrid, which means that if you can't plug it in and you can't charge it, then I'm in a lot of trouble. So I've had a lot of issues with my car charger. So I don't know whether that was asking me about my electric car. This is something I say all the time, and I say this when I'm just talking with my parents. I'm so used to saying electric guitar the saying electric car, because it's a relatively new thing that I've never said in my life, and I've been saying electric guitar since probably the age of 11 and playing it for many hours every day. Saying electric car takes so much concentration to not say electric guitar. So anyway, I have an electric car, but thank you for that. I was going to say either that's a reference to that, or I think it's a song lyric reference, which I think is Steely Dan, but don't quote me on that. I haven't listened to a huge amount of Steely Dan, but I think my dad's collection definitely had Steely Dan in it. When I'm talking about collection, like record collection when I was younger. So thank you for that, Silver Apples of the Moon. And Orlando's donated $2 as well. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message is all aboard the Phil train. Spike the likes with lots of thumbs up. So thank you for that. And Steve has donated $50 as well. Thank you for that, Steve. And the message is, first, I meant to give this much, as my PayPal does not work. Second, I asked before but didn't realise they took so much, so asking again. If you think it works for your channel to react and or analyse, don't lose sight. Lawrence, I value your time. Thank you. So thank you for that, Steve. And my videos aren't reaction videos, they're analysis videos. But I think because people do reaction videos in a similar kind of format, in terms of they're looking at something on screen and they're, I say talking about it, they're just giving their reaction, saying, oh, I love this and I think that's really good, and it's that kind of thing. Whereas I do have a video in the past that I have looked, or I've at least looked at videos or an example of a video where it's not fair use, or at least it wouldn't fall under fair use or the fair use title, because you have to transform whatever you're looking at, which means pointing out something about the performance, the vocals, anything that is going to change somebody's understanding of what they're looking at. So reaction videos I think are very much a blurred line as to whether any of those would get through for the fair use exemption, because I don't think a lot of them would. But so this is it. A lot of people think that I do reaction videos, but they are analysis videos, and I think this is probably the problem, that when a particular video of mine gets a lot of views, people that are expecting to see a reaction video and me saying how much something is great and that I love it and that it's amazing, when they actually watch it, and for example on that last video of Whitney Houston, and I'm pointing out objective details and objective facts about the performance being lip synced, maybe they're not expecting that. They just want me to say loads of really good things because that's what they've seen with other videos. But I always introduce them as analysis videos. I do say welcome to another analysis video. So people maybe not coming from watching my channel before don't realise that I am going to tell you exactly what's happening, because that's what fair use is. I'm going to tell everybody what's happening in a performance so that they will learn something from it, so that I have transformed the audio, but also the video that we're looking at. And this is the problem with that Whitney video. It got blocked 3 times, so it was a bit of a nightmare. And interestingly, over on Patreon, not that I want to repeat myself and my patrons, but there was a lawyer who reacted to one of my videos in the past about fair use, and I've kept in contact with him, and he has done his own version because he couldn't believe that my video, or my videos in general, but that Whitney Houston video has been blocked, because it is fair use. He's now done his own video that is using Whitney Houston's performance, and of course he's been blocked, and he's now disputing it. So he's going to, because he's a lawyer, he knows that it is allowed, so that I shouldn't have had a block and he shouldn't have had a block. But because he's got his channel, I think, I'm not sure how many subscribers he's got, but it's less than my channel. But because he knows the law, he's just going to go all the way. At least that's what he's told me in an email. He's going to go all the way to dispute this, to say that he should be allowed to use this Whitney Houston imagery and performance in his videos. So yeah, I've asked him to stay in touch and let me know how that goes. But yeah, I mean, it should be fair use. And the other thing is that it qualifying as fair use means that I should be getting the ad revenue for all of my videos rather than them being copyright claimed all the time. So yeah, that's something that he has advised me to do, is just to dispute every claim that I get on my videos, because they should be exempt from, you know, copyright claims, because what I'm doing is fair use. And this is nothing to do with, you know, copyright strikes, all that kind of stuff. Strikes are what happens when you dispute and they keep throwing back the dispute, or at least maybe 1 or 2 times. So yeah, we'll see what happens, because he might get a strike on his channel, but then he knows that he's in the right. So yeah, I don't know how far it will get. Maybe I'll find out and I can report to you guys as well. So yeah, that is interesting. But yeah, this is it. Thank you, Steve, for that donation. So just to answer that question, if you think it works for your channel to react and or analyze. So yeah, I don't really do the reaction thing. I've only ever taken the requests and analysed what I'm looking at, and that seems to work for me. The only time that there's any difficulties, people who haven't watched my videos and think that I'm just going to say that everything is amazing and great and fantastic, especially looking at vocalists where there have been, especially now, you know, recent performances that are pitch corrected, auto-tuned or lip synced. I'm going to point that out because I know that a lot of other channels don't, and I know that there are even vocal coach channels like vocal coach reacts, and they're watching a performance that has been pitch corrected, so you're not hearing the voice or the vocal accuracy of the singer, but they don't even mention that. And I don't know whether they just can't spot it, they can't hear it. I know that I have got very sensitive ears to pitch, so I can generally hear straight away when it's been, you know, stuck on the lines of A440 standard pitch, equal temperament. So I can hear it, but then yeah, maybe other people can't hear it and they don't realize what they're listening to and just say, oh wow, this is amazing, this is great, their pitch accuracy just amazing as well, and you know, it sounds pitch perfect, not knowing that it's not actually the vocal that they did on the performance. It has been manipulated after the fact. So yeah, but that's the thing. Maybe people are coming from those kind of channels, and then when they watch me pointing out how something's lip synced or auto-tuned or pitch corrected, then they get a bit of a shock. But it's just all objective data, and that's why I show everything up on screen. Just to, yeah, it's not my opinion that that's happening. I'm showing people that it is happening. So anyway, thank you for that, Steve. Vicky's donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Vicky, and the message is, give us back our warm weather. I cannot cope with the -2 in Queensland, Oz, for the last few days. Rock on, Phil. Thanks for your video. So thank you for that, Vicky. And Steve's donated again $5. Thank you for that, Steve. The message is the acoustic version of that suggestion. And if you don't care to or don't think it works for the channel, no worries. Still happy to support you. So thank you for that, Steve. And yeah, it's the, okay, I totally missed the end part of that, even though I probably read it, the Don't Lose Sight Lawrence. So thank you for that. I didn't take in that request on that previous donation. So thank you for that, Steve. And Les has donated $10. Thank you for that, Les. The message is, the message says, what's up, Phil? Really enjoy the channel. Miss the performance analysis videos. Best way to suggest / request a particular performance. Huge Prince fan and have a couple that I'd love for you to review. So thank you for that, Les. And yeah, I mean, generally in the comment section of the videos, but because the videos, I mean, they do get a lot of views now, so I think the one on Sunday has had multiple, I don't know how many thousands of comments. So yeah, getting through the comments, sometimes it is possible that they can slip through. So probably the best way is to go to my website, and which is wingsofpegasus.com, and just put it in the contact page. Fill out the contact form, because that goes through to a different email address. And this is the other thing, that people do request videos through the business contact only on YouTube. So for business inquiries, people are emailing that my business email address with requests, and that's not the best place to do that either, because the requests, I think, go through to like a spam folder, or if they're not business inquiries, it just gets routed differently. So yeah, make sure that probably the wingsofpegasus.com website is the best place to go, the contact page there. But thank you for that, Les. And yeah, I mean, this is another thing, that this side project that I'm working on at the moment for the future of the channel is going to make things a lot easier for me when I'm doing videos, so that I won't have to keep on saying that the performances that we're looking at are genuine. Because we'll be looking at performance, and then somebody will say, oh, is this pitch corrected, is it auto-tuned, is it lip synced? And when we're looking at a genuinely live performance, there will be a way for me to distinguish between that and the other kinds of videos that I do, and it's all going to be tied in with what I'm doing behind the scenes at the moment. But that's something that I'll mention over on Patreon when things get a little bit more organized with it. But thank you for that, Les. Right, there have been some donations over on the PayPal window, and we are approaching 20 to midnight here in the UK, and we're looking for 55 more people to hit that thumbs up. So thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up so far, and if we do hit 470 likes, we will be having a jam at the end of the live stream, busting out the guitar and see what happens. So we had a donation from Donald, who donated £4, so thank you for that, Donald, and that was a straight up donation. And I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anybody out. So yes, Tammy donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Tammy, in the messages. Hi Phil, congratulations on hitting 395,000 subscribers. You're doing an amazing job. Keep on rocking. So thank you for that, Tammy. And Debbie has donated £10 as well. So thank you for that, Debbie. And the message is, hi Phil, congrats on 395,000 subscribers. It was an interesting look at Whitney Houston's version of Star Spangled Banner. Do you think they made the right decision at the time to pre-record her singing? You're awesome. Love you, Debbie. So thank you for that. And I don't know, because I don't think it was the case that she couldn't sing, because some people said, oh no, she was singing live but you couldn't hear her, and somebody else said she was singing live but you were hearing her live vocal and her recorded vocal, which, as we know from the video, wasn't true. But I think she would have done a great job at singing it live, and she has sung the national anthem live really well. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, because when somebody inquires and says, oh, is this lip synced or is it live, of course it's going to, and it already has come out that it was lip synced. And even though it's just an objective fact, that might be something that some people think devalues the performance. So yeah, I think at all costs, and you could say, look, having the full orchestra on the pitch, you think, well, how is that going to work with miking them all up? That's going to be one hell of an undertaking to do that. So I would have said, let's pre-record the backing. Absolutely fine. And the stadium obviously had a PA system, because you could play the pre-recorded song through that. So it would take nothing to put the backing track through the PA and have a live mic, so that the vocal is live. And all of these people saying, oh, it's an absolute nightmare to set up because you've got to do this, you've got to do that, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. No, if you've got somebody who can announce to the crowd, welcome ladies and gentlemen to tonight's game, use that microphone and just put the backing track on. And because there's no way that they didn't have a 2-channel mixer, at the very least for the PA at that kind of venue. They would have a multi-track mixer that they've got going on for, and I've heard at those kind of events, they do play music, you know, and they sometimes play a song when somebody scores a touchdown and all that kind of stuff. So there's a PA that has the ability to play a track. So yeah, the people saying, oh, it'll be a nightmare to set up. It's not really. You know, if you think it's going to be a nightmare, you're overthinking it. So all you need is, yeah, that backing track. Give Whitney a monitor as well, so that she can hear the backing track and then sing over the top of it. If you still want to have all the people in the background, the orchestra playing, but you can't hear them, then yeah, go for it, do that. But I mean, this is the thing that, yeah, they were doing that they were playing, but you couldn't hear it as the backing track that we were hearing. So yeah, I'd say just have the backing track there, because then it takes everything else out of the equation. People saying about it being lip synced, you know, it could have been a genuinely live performance, because to me it didn't look like she was having to pretend to sing. It looked like she was properly singing, but we couldn't hear it. So anyway, yeah, that's what I would have done. So for me, that's still minimal risk. Just having, if somebody can announce to the crowd, then that is reliable enough for somebody to sing through. So yeah, I think, yeah, it's more kind of leaning now towards the point of, well, we just wanted it to be really good and we didn't want to risk the vocal going wrong in some way, shape or form. So anyway, oh, and I know that we have got the troll corner to get into as well, so I'll move on quickly. Liz has donated £10. Thank you for that, Liz. The message is, Phil, do you like fish and chips? If yes, with or without vinegar? Beth, so thank you for that, Beth. And yes, I do like fish and chips, and it depends, sometimes with vinegar, sometimes without vinegar. So yeah, it depends. Yeah, always tomato ketchup though, by the way. I always have tomato ketchup on my chips. I don't generally, if I'm having fish, I don't have tomato ketchup on the fish. I'll just have vinegar on the fish. But I don't generally have fish just because it doesn't agree with me very much. But yeah, fish and chips, certainly when I was younger, is something that we had regularly. Thank you, Karen, as well, for this £5.21 donation. And the message is, hi Phil, congrats on hitting 395,000 subscribers. I enjoyed your recent analysis video on Whitney Houston. I read that despite the Star Spangled Banner being in the public domain, that changes when the song is recorded. What's next? Nursery rhymes will no longer be fair use. Thanks for being true to the music and to thy own self be true. So thank you for that, Karen. And I was surprised that it instantly got blocked, because I was under that same impression that, well, certainly the US national anthem and all the national anthems are in the public domain, so nobody can own it. But it seems like, yes, you can, if you record yourself performing it. Again, yeah, performing it, not singing it live. So yeah, that's it. You can give a copyright block for that. And yeah, well, we won't get into the whole live performance thing all over again because we've already been into that. So we are going to be jumping into the cover video, of course, a little bit later on, and it's close. It's Parisian Walkways that's in the lead by 1% at the moment. So yeah, have your vote at the top of the live chat room. That is the cover video that we're going to take a look at tonight. Obviously my version of either of those songs. Oh, is it Still Haven't Found It? Because I can only see the one that's in the lead. I think it is Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. It is the other choice for tonight. But Parisian Walkways is in the lead at the moment. Right, let's jump into Troll Corner and try and get through this as quickly as possible. Rock!
Oh, hello.
Okay, so I need my phone for this. And oh, this first one was a comment made on my video where I say, just so you know, this constitutes live in 2024. And I was looking at, you know, a performance that had, you know, backing track elements in there, including the lead vocal, and then Cyndi Lauper, and it's Dua Lipa who did that, the backing track one, and Cyndi Lauper with a full live band. And this person commented, just so you know, this constitutes live in 2024. They put that in inverted commas, and they said, you are wrong. It's been happening for a very long time. Maybe very big names in the past have not sung live and have performed with a backing track with the band just pretending to play live. Maybe do some research next time, laugh out loud. So I replied to that person saying that what they're saying is proving what I'm saying, that this constitutes live in 2024. And they said, you are wrong. And then said, because this that you're saying is happening, it is not only happening now, it's been happening for a long time. But you've just agreed that it is happening. So my video is correct. Whether it's been happening for a long time or not, pre-2024, is neither here nor there for the point of my video. I'm saying that in 2024, this constitutes a live performance. So, yeah, a bit of a weird one that I get this sometimes. People are arguing with or against me with my point that I'm making. They don't really understand it. Anyway, then somebody else commented saying, oh, this was about, the Whitney performance. How about choosing singers that are living so that they can respond? And again, I mean, I know exactly what's happened here. It's a fan of Whitney Houston's thinking that I'm accusing her of doing something and then she can't respond. But it wasn't an accusation. And I did reply to this person. And I think this person replied saying, I think they said something like, they enjoy the channel. They didn't mean to question, what I was saying, but they just thought that I was singling out, Whitney Houston for this, not realizing that I've looked at lots of other people who, might be living or might have passed on. But I always do the analysis videos exactly the same way. So, but I also said in my reply that I'm not accusing Whitney of committing a crime. And now she's got to answer for that, in a court of law or something, or to answer this accusation that she's being investigated over. I'm stating something that has actually been, backed up, or it's been stated by members of her team and people that were working on the sound at the event. It's not me. I'm not making it up. That's why I gave those quotes from the people on her team and the sound guys saying that, it was lip synced and that it was pre-recorded. So, it really, I think, just skip this advert before it comes in. So that was a bit of a misunderstanding. And another person said, what was the point of comparing Whitney to Ingrid? And this is quite a long comment. I didn't compare them. I said Ingrid's performance was a fully live vocal and Whitney Houston's performance was a pre-recorded vocal. So I was saying that when you're listening to them, you have to have that in mind, that one of them is fully live and one is pre-recorded. And I'm sure that if Ingrid had been into the studio and pre-recorded her vocal, it would have had a more positive reception than her fully live vocal. So I wasn't comparing their videos at all, because that would be getting into, vocal registers and notes that they're hitting, vocal accuracy, all that kind of stuff. You literally can't compare them because one is a pre-recorded one and one is live. So it's not the same thing. You can never compare those two things, a fully live to something that's been done in the studio. And you've had the option to do multiple takes and, do drop-ins if you want to, so you can never compare those. The comment went on, the video was okay until you compared her with that horrible performance. I didn't compare them. Whitney has done the anthem live multiple times and way better than anyone else. I feel like people are using this well-known fact as an excuse for Ingrid. Yikes. Even back then, everybody knew it was lip-synced. This was not a hidden secret from the masses. So, again, this is the subjective thing. They're obviously a fan of Whitney Houston, but in the end, they say everybody knows, or it's a known fact that everybody knew it was lip synced. In which case, the whole comment is irrelevant, because if everybody knows, what's the problem with me just saying a fact that everybody knows? So, it doesn't. I don't really. Again, it doesn't make any sense to me, that particular comment, but it is a comment nonetheless. And this person says, you are over-analysing a lot of nonsense. We all know it's pre-recorded. Whitney did this in one take and sang to a dead mic. There's no way that can be objectively proven apart from people saying it. But react to her live version at the Welcome Home Heroes concert. Problem solved. And there's kind of a emoticon face there. But there isn't a problem, because I'm just stating an objective fact. And again, if everybody knows it's pre-recorded, then there is no problem because everybody's already accepted it and moved on. So yeah, again, people that say everybody knows, but then they've got a problem with me saying something that everybody knows. You know, it's like me saying there are 24 hours in the day. Everybody knows that, but then some people have got a problem with me saying it. I mean, I know that sounds stupid, but it's literally like that. It's just an objective fact that I'm saying that people have a problem with. So, and it's not even me making it up. It's been, you know, said back in 1991 by people who are part of it. Anyway. This is the person who's copied and pasted their comment all over the comment section. So I'll get through this quickly. It says, is this a bad joke? You cannot compare that horrible Ingrid to the Whitney Houston. You've lost your damn mind. Whitney did pre-record her version, then sang a phenomenal version live a few months later. Be subjective with proper research. Be subjective? You guys know that that's not what I do. Objective or objectivity will always just tell you what's happened. So why be subjective? As soon as you do that, that's where results are you're not results anymore, because you've made the results look a particular way and you're not actually telling people what has happened. And I'm all about, you know, educating and telling people what is going on. So yeah, be subjective with proper research. But again, being subjective, I mean, I think they might mean objective, but they don't know the difference. You even doubting Whitney's capability speaks volumes on your lack of knowledge in regards to music. Stick to your basic keyboard, Tom. So, yeah, again, I don't think they really understand what I'm doing with my video. But my lack of knowledge in regards to music, I have done analysis videos on Whitney Houston's voice when she is actually singing, so they must not have seen those videos. But I'm not suddenly going to just sit there and pretend that, oh yeah, this, especially if somebody's asking me, is this lip synced? I'm not going to pretend that it isn't and say, oh, what an amazing performance. And to answer the question that I've been asked about this analysis request, no comment. You know. But anyway, oh, and that is it. So there we go. That's the end of Troll Corner for tonight. Quite a long one, but yeah. I think people don't really understand what the video is, but it's this subjectivity thing that people just take it personally when they think that I'm saying something negative about the performer, but all I'm saying is what's happening. It's then down to people who are watching to have their opinion of it, and some people will see lip syncing as a negative thing, but I can't help that. It doesn't change the fact that it's happened. Right, anyway, let's get out of here and we'll get into Picture Corner in a second. Rock! And jumping into Picture Corner, we go from one little what's it called, a jingle, to another jingle to get into here. And this is my continuous jingle of being in an elevator for Picture Corner, but I think we just have one picture for tonight, and here it is. This has been sent in by Dawn, so thank you for this, Dawn. And the message is April O'Neil reporting for GalaxyCon Rally for Channel 6 News. And Laura then said, I asked her if there was a backstory, but she said you would know. So, of course, we have April O'Neil, who was the reporter with a Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, as they were called here in the UK. I don't know why they were called Hero Turtles here, and in the USA they were called Ninja Turtles. So anyway, part of that, I was a big fan of the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles back in the day, and had the action figures, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is Dawn as April from that. So thank you for sending that one in. And I think, another thing, and this is going to be kind of Troll Corner that's bled over into Picture Corner, but thank you for sending that one in, Dawn. And by the way, if you guys have any pictures of yourself modelling the merchandise, of course, Dawn here has the Wings of Pegasus bucket hat on, so that is what is in this particular picture and why it's in Picture Corner. But if you want to model any of the Wings of Pegasus merchandise, then you can do. If you are a Facebook user, head over to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, and you can upload pictures there, and then I will get linked to them by Laura. So thank you for doing that, Laura, and to Dawn for uploading that picture. Right, so just to mention this other thing, and this is the person who has copied and pasted their comment on, lots of times under the video, but also has replied to Laura under her comments saying there's no need to disrespect Whitney Houston and her legendary performance of Star Spangled Banner to defend Ingrid Andress. Whitney Houston is no longer here to defend herself. Again, as if I'm accusing her of some crime. Have some self-respect. Respect the dead. This is shameful. Take time to reflect on what you're doing. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? I'm unsubscribing to your channel. This is a big letdown. Let me repeat it for everyone. Whitney Houston is no longer here to defend herself. I'm not making this up. So yeah, this is, again, this person has not listened or watched my video at all. I'm giving quotes from the people who have said about it being lip synced, who did it, who actually organised it and chose to do it and recorded the backing track. So yeah, the fact that they're saying to me, respect the dead, it's totally irrelevant to stating an objective fact about a performance, about somebody who might be alive, somebody who might have moved on. It's just stating a fact about a performance. So, I mean, I know where this is coming from. They are a fan of Whitney Houston. So I think I might have replied to this person saying, imagine it's an analysis on an artist that you don't know of, that you've never heard about, because then you'll be able to watch it objectively. It's just because of these feelings for the artist that, yeah, they get defensive about it. And again, it's the subjective, response to or interpretation of a lip synced performance. I can't do anything about that. They obviously think that this is bad, but it is what it is. And people's reactions, I can't do anything about it. I'm just going to tell people what it is, and I will continue to do that because I think honesty is the best policy. I say this a lot in the comment section to people that who would rather that I just pretended that a vocal was live, or that it didn't use pitch correction or auto tune, or was a lip sync performance, or people maybe playing the guitar who aren't playing, maybe pretend that they were and just act like I'm really impressed. I'm going to keep doing the same thing. I'm going to tell people exactly what's happening, and then it's up for people to decide whether they still think the same about the performance and how they value it, because honesty is the best policy, as I've already said. Anyway, we are going to be jumping into tonight's cover video, and we've hit the goal for tonight. So we are going to be having a jam after this. It looks like it's going to be Parisian Walkways. So let's jump into this, my version of the Gary Moore classic, of course. I'll see you guys after this. Rock! there we have it. That was my version of Parisian Walkways. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and thank you guys for requesting that. And the other one, which we still haven't found what I'm looking for, over on Patreon. If you guys want to get involved yourselves over on Patreon, just head over to patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. So, yeah, we are going to be jumping into the Fill Jam, and I haven't actually checked how long this is. 6 minutes and 21 seconds. So we have time to do this and maybe even have a few minutes to mess things up. But, right, let me do that. So zooming out, turning on the mic, which I forgot to do last time. So, yeah, thank you guys for letting me know, by the way, in the live chat room as to whether the mic was on last time, because I wouldn't see, and I don't look enough into the live chat room when I'm playing to see if it's too loud, too quiet. And I do have sound tonight, and it is still working. I'm just checking the levels to make sure that everything's going through. So this might actually, I shouldn't say that. Let's just hope it works. I was going to say this might actually work tonight. Right, so first of all, that zoomed out. I think we are ready to go pretty much. And let me click on this. Right, the advert's playing and I can hear it, which is good. I'll let that play through. And while that is playing through, we have this backing track, which is called 80s Slow Rock Ballad Guitar Backing Track, A minor, AM. And this is from Nick Neblo, or Nick Neblo, on YouTube. I think we've had a few from here before, so this is where to go in order to jam along to this yourselves. So we'll have a little listen. I'm just checking my tuning, so have a little listen to this and let me know what the levels are like with my guitar. Is my guitar actually on? Yes, it is. Right. Let's have a listen. I can hear it. Can you guys hear this? Yes. Oh, we can hear it. Audio on. I can hear you now. Good. I don't know. Is this a little bit? Probably a little bit more. I always say a little bit of this, and you don't know what I'm talking about. I can't actually read my pedal there. Oh, I think Joe said turn it up a little bit louder. Maybe like that. An advert. Oh, it's all kicking off now. Must have been a weird ending. Oh, I think Joe says something about just a kick or foot pedal ending. There you go. But it actually worked out quite well because, I mean, I was getting a little bit high up here and it becomes increasingly more difficult to fit your fingers in the frets. So yeah, it's getting all a little bit tight up here. And I literally... I played every single fret that I have available to me on the guitar, so we ended up here, hence why it's all a bit squished and squashed. So we might have lost a few notes here, but not a bad ending. Because I was so high up, the note just died, but that's exactly when the backing track died, or it seemed to just suddenly stop. So anyway, there we have it. That was tonight's Fill Jam. So thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up, and I'm going to turn the mic off just in case there's a bit of I don't know, an echo going on. But yeah, that was tonight's Fill Jam. Thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up, getting us to the target 470 for tonight. That was 80s slow rock ballad guitar backing track A minor, AM, and from Nick Neblo or Nick Neblo on YouTube. So there we have it. And we have a donation from Diamond Girl for $10. Thank you for that. And the message is number one fan, and it's the pear person jumping up and down. So thank you for that. And we are now up to date with everything. So I'm going to be here with that video that I mentioned earlier tomorrow night, so look out for that. And we have another video on Friday night, as always, live streaming Saturday night, 11 PM Greenwich Mean Time, video on Sunday as well. And I always aim for 8 PM for my videos in order to try and keep them consistent. So that's on a Wednesday, a Friday and a Sunday. So look out for that one tomorrow. As I said, that's going to be the Celine Dion Olympics one for the opening ceremony. I got a lot of requests for that, so I'll be doing that tomorrow night. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Have a great rest of your week, and as I always say, try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live, and I will catch you guys at the next one. Rock! And quick interruption, because I can see that we've literally just gone over to 16 minutes past midnight, but we'll add an extra minute to the live stream because Orlando donated $5 and said, question from Ginny White, would you sing God Save the Queen at a sporting event? No, because it will be God Save the King. So if I was asked to do it, then as long as I've got in-ear monitors, then I think I'll be able to do it. It's relatively straightforward and quite a short little, I was going to say song, but anthem. So thank you for that. Right, now we're going to call things to a close. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow night. See you then. Rock!